and I'm feeling good.
Hello and welcome to La La Land on LA Talk Live. I'm Brett Chapin. Thanks for joining us on La La Land. This is the only nationally broadcast show by Los Angeles artists about Los Angeles artists on episode 122. And Dorothy is not with us. She is on vacation this week. I'm flying solo on this one, and we have two very special guests joining us today. Van Eric.
Yeah, thank you for letting me join you. Yes, I do not look as pretty as Dorothy.
No, you don't.
No.
But you know, we're happy to. I'm glad you're on camera finally.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Good stuff. We have two very special guests joining us. First of all, director Spike Lee, as well as key contributor and actress and filmmaker Numa Perrier. Numa is a key contributor on Spike Lee's Kickstarter campaign, and we have them both on the line right now. Hi, guys.
How you doing?
Hey, good, thanks. Thanks so much for calling in and joining us.
Well, thanks for having us.
No problem. Now, Spike, I wanted to have you and Numa on the show, definitely to talk about your Kickstarter campaign that you have going on right now. And I wanted to get into that a little bit later, but first, if we can start out with, how did the two of you get together on this project?
Numa, why don't you tell that?
Basically, I met Spike briefly at the American Black Film Festival in June. Very brief meeting. Met a lot of people that weekend, and about a month or so later, I guess I heard about Kickstarter campaign, and I started following it right away because I've been very active in doing crowdfunding myself for Black and Sexy TV, and I was really interested in this campaign. I was taking a look at it, and I was seeing that it looked like it was pretty much on track, but I felt like I could maybe help it do a little bit better.
No, maybe she did.
And
You know,
she put it back.
so
She's being
Well, I
modest.
got-
She's being modest. She put it back on the rails.
you know, I've seen her constantly tweeting about it and constantly talking about it. So I'm sure she's doing some great work
I felt
for
very
you.
passionate about it. I felt very passionate about it from the start because it was all over my Twitter timeline. Everyone was talking about this campaign, and, you know, people had all kinds of opinions about it, and I just felt really passionate about educating people that this was a good thing that Spike was on Kickstarter, and it's a good thing that he was doing this campaign, and it would be a great win for everybody if he were to really do well on it. So, you know, I was tweeting him, and I was getting into heated discussion with my friends and colleagues about it, and I guess Spike noticed some of the things I was saying, and I got a tweet from 40 Acres asking me to call the office, so I did, and then I think the next day is when Spike called me. He happened to be in Los Angeles, so we met up, and the rest is history. We're just doing the work now.
That's awesome.
We're doing the work, as my father would say, doing the work that needs to be done.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, you know, a lot of people do have some really strong opinions on the Kickstarter, myself included. You know, initially I kind of had to ask myself, why is a guy like Spike Lee, who's so well established, on Kickstarter? And then I started doing my research, and I started kind of reading some of the interviews that you've given, Spike, and some of the answers to those questions, and it made a little sense to me. And our viewers have definitely asked me that question, and I guess if you would, I'll give you a chance to address that question. Why are you on Kickstarter, and why do you feel it's beneficial?
Well, I'm on Kickstarter because I'm an independent filmmaker. I've always been an independent filmmaker. I've made Hollywood films.
Mm-hmm.
I've always been an independent filmmaker, and I've been using the principles of Kickstarter, of crowdfunding, to fund my films from the very first one. She's going to have it. I put my $1 million salary into the budget of Malcolm X. I've self-financed Red Hook Summer. So it's not something that's really new. It's just that people don't know about it. but it's not new.
Mm-hmm. I know that you told a story about the funding for Malcolm X, where you kind of used Kickstarter before it was Kickstarter, and got the money, some of the funding from that from Oprah and from Prince. Is that right?
Yeah, I didn't hear.
Delay, you dropped out.
Oh, I'm sorry. I said that I read a story that you told about when funding was a little bit slow on the film Malcolm X, and you got some of the funding.
It wasn't slow. Funding was cut off.
Funding was cut off, and
Cut off.
And you got the rest of the money from Prince and Oprah. They helped out with that.
Well, it was a many people. Miss Winfrey, Prince, Janet Jackson, Tracy Chapman,
Mm-hmm.
African American woman philanthropist, Peggy Cooper Kafritz, Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan. They gave us it was real like gap money till we were able to get the finance to complete.
That was Kickstarter before it was Kickstarter, I guess.
Yes, my man. That's what I've been saying. I've been doing this since '85. We raised the budget, the $175,000 budget for She's Gotta Have It, my first film.
It's a great way of doing it.
Yes.
This is not new.
Yes, yeah, and
and
that was a great
that,
movie.
That was something I could definitely relate to because, before Kickstarter kind of became more established and people are still learning about Kickstarter. All of us independent artists and filmmakers are always trying to solve that hurdle of how to finance our projects. So Kickstarter just created a way to use social media.
Crowdfunding
and
did crowdfunding
fundraising together. Yeah, the crowdfunding. So, but it's the same principle as if you make a list and call all of your friends, which I've done before. You make a list, you call all of your friends and family and ask them to chip in X amount of dollars to get something complete. The same principle as Kickstarter or Indiegogo or any of those platforms. It's the same thing.
But now we have technology, and it's called social media.
Yeah.
It's a huge help. We use that for our show as well. It's been a huge benefit for us as well. Our intern here at LA Talk Live said that we need to start calling Kickstarter Spike Starter because you've been using it since '85.
No. Let's not do that. I'm getting enough flack as it is.
That's funny.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about this film.
But here's the thing, though. It's not Spike Starter. It's everybody's starter. This is not just about Spike.
Yeah.
This is for every artist, inventor, playwright, sculptor, poet, filmmaker, videographer. It's for everybody.
And I think also, I think you're kind of bringing attention to Kickstarter. You're bringing Kickstarter to the attention of people who've never heard of crowdfunding before. Oh
yeah, black folks. A lot of black folks never even heard of crowdfunding. So there's an education process that's going on that people are discounting.
I think that's really important. We
do too.
There's also been a narrative that maybe it's not, maybe you might be hurting young filmmakers by doing it. But I also heard your answer about what you're doing at NYU. Can you talk about that a little bit? Some of the things that you do at NYU that actually are helping young filmmakers?
Well, I've been teaching for 15 years in New York Graduate Film School. I'm also artistic director there.
Mm-hmm.
And since the school year of 89-90, I have given out production fund monies to 44 of my students, totaling over $300,000.
That's a lot of cash. That's hugely beneficial to them.
44 students since 1989 have received grants of $12,000 and less, totaling over $300,000.
Outstanding. I commend you on that. That's really
and
important.
And we've started to back, so far we backed 8 projects on Kickstarter too.
That's fantastic. You know,
Thank you.
the thing, I don't know really where people are getting the idea that you've been on Kickstarter is hurting young filmmakers with all that you've done in the past, you know, to help them. I don't really see where that point is coming from.
Well, I mean, there's an overwhelming divide between people that see themselves in one place and high-profile individuals in another place, you know. So there's always going to be kind of that chase between those two groups, you know. So I think that, you know, some people are just kind of stuck in a place of feeling like things are scarce, there's scarcity where money's involved, so it feels uncomfortable for them. But I think once they look at it from a different angle and they realize that more people are learning about this platform through high-profile people, you know, getting on it and spreading the word about it, then I think, you know, maybe they can kind of open up to the benefits of that.
I'd agree, absolutely. We're talking with Numa Perrier, a key contributor, actress, and filmmaker to Spike Lee's Kickstarter account, and director Spike Lee. If you have any questions for either one of them, make sure to give us a call at 323-247-7443, 323-247-7443. Call now.
Or even call in at 323-473-3100 as well.
There's all kinds of ways to get in touch and ask a question right now. Guys, let's talk about this film specifically. I don't know how much details you can give us, but I know that Zara Abramson.
No, we're not giving out much.
Okay. Well, you can talk about your lead actress, right? Who you just cast?
Yes, her name is Zara Abrahams, and she's a black Brit, English woman, British from the UK. I saw her in one of my students. Kendra Park saw her in one of my students' thesis film.
Mm-hmm.
And so she just really displayed her talent, and I tracked her down, and we had some auditions, and she's in the movie. Wonderful actress.
Fantastic. And can you tell us about the music? The music's being done by a well-known musician.
Yes, my main man, Rafael Sadiq. We're doing the music for the film. The film is about people addicted to blood. Now, people, please, this is not a vampire film. This is not a film about zombies. We're not making a Black Twilight, and we're not making Blackula or Scream Blackula Scream. This is a new kind of love story, and it's gonna be sophisticated, sexy, hot, good-looking black folks. It's gonna be I'm looking forward to it. I've never done a film like this before, so I'm very excited.
We're excited to see it. Any ideas on a release date, maybe, or a release year and season? Or
well,
is it
hopefully, God willing, we'll get a release in the fall of 2014. Next fall, 2014.
And people can help you out by contributing to your Kickstarter. All you really have to do is Google Spike Lee Kickstarter, and it'll come right up. And you guys have a lot of...
Yes, here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
On August 21st at 12:15 noon, New York time, the buzzer will sound. The buzzer's going to sound. So, say it again.
No, go ahead. The buzzer's going to sound. Yeah.
Yeah, the buzzer's going to sound. August 21st, 12:15 noon, Eastern Standard Time, and we have to be above our goal. Our goal is $1,250,000. Right now, I think we're $815,000. So we have 11 days left. Say it again.
824. 824. Uh-oh.
800,000 and 214,000. We're steady as we go, and we need people to go to Kickstart.com, look for Spike Lee, and make a pledge. Now, this is not a donation because we say pledge because you get something. There is a reward attached to every different monetary amount. So please don't think that your $5, your $10, your $15, your $20 is not going to make a difference. That is not true at all. Those 5, 10s, and 20s got our president elected twice. Those small denominations add up. So we need everyone to please go to Kickstart.com and pledge something. Please, baby. Please, baby. Please.
I love some of these perks that you have on this. I mean, the coolest one was you gave away one of the 4 American flags that was used in the opening credits of Malcolm X. That's fantastic.
Yeah, well, we didn't give away.
Or you, well,
there were 2. 4 were used for the opening credits. As you remember, the movie begins with the American flag, and it catches on flame and burns into an X. 4 were shot for that opening sequence. I have one. Denzel has one. My man, Joakim Noah, has one of the Chicago Bulls. And another person has that. So those other 2 we found are gone.
That's great.
Gone.
And then there's
and really, when you think about it, that's really a museum piece.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
That could be in the Smithsonian.
Yes, it is.
Absolutely.
I feel.
And then even for the $5 donations, there's perks. There's things that people are getting.
Yeah, I I'm signing postcards for $5. So there is something for everybody there, and we really need everybody to contribute, especially my people in LA. You guys supported me all over the years. Always have love. Always had that California love. Left Coast, let's go, LA.
Love it.
Well, I'm from Philly, so I always loved your movies, Spike Lee. I grew up.
Philly love too, Philadelphia.
You know it. I always loved your movies, man. I grew up on your movies, man. From She's Gotta Have It to your present stuff, man, and keep doing it, man. You're a great inspiration to all young filmmakers and actors and actresses and musicians, man. You are definitely a pioneer, a legend, a walking legend, man. And I'm honored to have you part of LA Talk Live.
Well, I'm honored to be on your show, brother.
I gotta tell you, I don't mean to be a little fanboy here, but I love one of your lesser known movies, Girl 6. I think Girl 6 is a fantastic movie. I've seen that a million times.
You're one of the few.
Hey, I agree.
Yeah,
well, I love that too, man. Yeah, Girl 6.
That's a good one.
I'll tell you, people really did not feel She Hate Me and Girl 6. They weren't feeling those ones.
I think Girl 6 and 25th Hour are my 2 favorites. But yeah, thank you for all you've given the American film industry. Hey, what another thing that people wanted me to ask you this week? What advice would you give to young filmmakers? What would you say to them?
Learn your craft.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times, we forget you have to crawl before you can walk. Instead of worrying about what studio I'm going to get a deal at and all this other stuff, learn your craft. That's the first thing. Learn your craft.
Very important. I'd agree with you on that. Let's talk about a couple things that you have coming up. I saw that Inside Man 2 was just announced.
No. Don't believe that.
Why is everyone saying that?
Because it's on IMDb.
It's not true.
It's not true? Really? All right.
The IMDb is faulty a lot.
Well, I'm Xing that off of my list right now then of questions. Another thing I saw.
But I have a film coming out. In Thanksgiving weekend called Old Boy.
What's that one about?
Starring Josh Brolin and Samuel L. Jackson.
Okay.
Thanksgiving weekend. Keep an eye out for it. Can we talk about Mike Tyson, The Undisputed Truth?
Oh, yes. That is a one-man Broadway stage production with Mike Tyson. which we filmed a couple weeks ago, and that'll be seen on HBO before the end of the year. It's amazing.
I think
people are going to really see. They're going to see a different Mike Tyson than what they've expected over the years.
You know, I hear that he is just the nicest guy. I hear he's a really, really good guy, and he's not a tough guy like he's portrayed. I mean, he's a tough guy, but in his regular life, he's just
as
a regular
he says
guy.
in opening a play, he's domesticated now.
Right.
Yeah. That just played here in Los Angeles at the Pantages, I believe, and it got some
Pantages. Great... He had a sold out weekend run there. It was great.
Yeah, got some great reviews. Very cool. Anything that you want to say to our audience, kind of, Spike, in closing, just to tell them anything else?
Well,
about
I'm going to give Numa. Why don't you let's talk about Black and Sexy TV.
Let's do that.
I'm very new to.
Okay, let's do that. Let's do that.
And we were there. You had a great reception in Brooklyn, Bed-Stuy, Do or Die last night. Talk about that.
Yeah, we had a great time. Yeah. What do you know about Black and Sexy TV, Brett? A little bit, nothing.
I know you won best. Is it that what you won best web series at the American Black Film Festival for?
Yeah, basically, Black and Sexy TV is an independent network on YouTube that is a spin-off from the feature film A Good Day to Be Black and Sexy, which was a Sundance film in 2008. So we took that fan base and we wanted to keep it going. The director, Dennis Dorich, myself, and two of our other partners, we wanted to keep the fan base going for that movie. So we started our own network, and we have 5 web series, and they're all dealing with, just everyday Black people, intimacy, sensuality, good times, just real modern progressive content. And we're growing that network. We're growing it, from the ground up. We started with 7 subscribers, and now we have 50,000 subscribers, and the shows are doing really well. So Spike came and did a live show with us on Black and Sexy TV. Everybody loved it. So yeah, that's what we're doing. And then crowdfunding has been a real portion of how we keep our network alive, because it is absolutely independent produced content.
Well, that's the thing. Crowdfunding is really getting some projects attention that might not have gotten that attention had it not been for crowdfunding. So I think this new trend is fantastic.
Oh, yeah. Every time we do a crowdfunding campaign, more people learn about Black and Sexy TV, because the word just gets out. The word just gets out more because social media meets fundraising. It's really brilliant, actually.
I had a TV network.
The way it works.
Yeah, absolutely. I had a TV network, White and Sexy TV, but it didn't last very long. I think you guys took over.
It didn't go well?
No, it wasn't as good. Do you have new episodes?
Nah, that was Sex and the City did great, really, if you think about it.
That was kind of White and Sexy TV, yeah. Sex
and the City was definitely the white version, white girl version.
So that's kind of what Black and Sexy TV is, right? It's like a Sex and the City thing, except with beautiful Black women.
No, I wouldn't say that. I would say Black and Sexy TV. First of all, we say Black and Sexy TV. That comes from the 70s phrase, dark and lovely.
That's right.
That we wanted to make modern. So really, and it's really about celebrating the beauty of our culture, which doesn't exclude anyone. Everybody's invited to celebrate that with us. So this isn't any kind of exclusive party. We have all kinds of people that watch Black and Sexy TV, but we're not shy about saying who we are. So, Sex in the City, they didn't have to put white in front of it because you see it on the screen every day.
Mm-hmm. Do you have new episodes coming out anytime soon of that? I mean, I know you're working with...
We do. We have our fall programming starts in September, so all 5 of our series are coming back that have been on hiatus for the summer, and some new shows as well. and we're doing the movie feature. We're doing another feature film, which we're excited about, which is a spin-off from the series called The Couple.
You guys are doing it.
Yeah, we're doing it. Cross-platform.
Love it. Which series was it that won Best Web Series at the American Black Film Festival?
Roomie, Lover, Friends. But we had 2 series in the finals, so we were competing against ourselves.
Well, that's always good.
So.
All right. Well, Numa, what's important to you about getting back to the Kickstarter campaign? What's the most important thing to you about making this project work and making this project happen? You know, obviously.
Well, you know.
Go ahead.
Aside from the fact that I want to see the film, I mean that's almost secondary to me. You know, it's really a much broader community effort as far as I'm concerned. I think that once the goal is met, that more people will see the light. More people will see the light as to what's possible, and they'll be able to go and look and kind of study this campaign for how they can apply those themes to whatever they're trying to do. And
yeah, I like that point, you know.
It's just a real, because that's the thing about Kickstarter too. Whenever you do a campaign, when your campaign is over, that page stays up forever. So anyone can go back later when they get ready to raise money, and they can look and they can study it, and they can see what happened, you know. And it's just another way.
The good and the bad.
It's the good and the bad. You can see, you know, this worked, this didn't work exactly. You know, you can watch that video. You can just really kind of break it down, and it can be a funnel for your own success. So I'm really very excited about that, especially like in the, you know, community of color, you know, my Black community, having trouble getting our projects launched. But it's not just in the Black community. Anybody trying to do something progressive, on the fringe, independent, you know, it's never an easy road, but I feel like this is something that we can figure out, and it can become, you know, it can become actually its own well-oiled machine, and we can really change this industry.
I think so too. I think it's been hugely beneficial. We're on Kickstarter ourselves, and I don't feel like, you know, having well-known producers and directors on Kickstarter is taking any money away from us. In fact, I feel like it's almost helping us, because it's
people give money to who they want to give money to. Period.
Right.
You know, that's how it goes. There is not going to be any convincing someone. You know, there's no. It's an emotional response, because they're moved by what you're creating, or they're excited about what you're offering. That's it. So you just got to get competitive and get in there and let, you know, the cream rise to the top, really, you know. And you have to also, beyond that, you really identify your own network and figure out how to connect with them. And, you know, that's you know, the tweaks that we were making, you know, on Spike's campaign and every campaign that I've done. You're learning every day while you're on the clock.
Right.
Every day you learn something new. You have one less day to get there. So,
I mean,
that's how it goes.
To me, saying that Spike's taking money away from lesser-known filmmakers is like saying that me being on Kickstarter, because we've been on the air for 3 years, is taking money away from people who've been on the air less than 3 years. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, well, people will complain about that, but, you know, I'll always go back to this as well. You're going to get on Kickstarter, and you haven't built an audience. You haven't called your friends in years. You haven't created a body of work that people want to support. You may have that feeling of resentment that people are ahead of you, but those people that are ahead of you put the work in. You know, Spike has been putting the work in for decades. So his following is of his creation and his teams that have worked with him. You know, so with your radio program, you've been doing this for years, you know, so people have to also realize that you can't just call people out of the blue and ask them for money. You have to build your network, and you have to build your value.
There's a lot of you know, unfortunately, there's a lot of haters out there, and a lot of people that can be jealous sometimes. And and not want you to succeed because they're not being successful or willing to put in the work. But honestly, you put in the work on something, no matter what it is, you're going to get people supporting you. You're going to get people behind you. And obviously that's what you guys have done. You guys have both put in the work, and that's why you have the support so far that you have on Kickstarter. As a matter of fact, it's funny that you said that you're at 824,000 right now, because an hour ago when I checked, you were at 812. So you're getting support really, really fast, and I commend you both on that.
And here's the thing, which Numa has really hit me too, because I could call people haters, but there are people, who still aren't true believers. So they're waiting until we hit the $1 million mark, and then that's when they say, "Uh-oh." They're going to see the light, and they don't want it left out.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to jump on board.
I think
we don't mind when you jump on board, as long as you jump on board.
You got 10 days. You got 10 days to do it.
We're not going to ostracize anybody from coming in when they come in. It all adds up to get us to our goal.
Yep.
Absolutely. And let me ask you, and we know this isn't going to happen, but say, for worst case scenario, say you got an hour left on your Kickstarter.
No, we don't do worst.
Whoa!
No.
Don't say it.
Okay.
No, do not even say it.
Do not say it.
All right.
Nope.
Not hearing it.
Because you know what I'm going to ask.
We rebuke
We're not hearing it.
All right. I'll shut up, guys.
You don't have to shut up. Just don't say what you're about to say.
Don't say that.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, you know what I'm asking. All right. Next question.
Moving on.
Moving on. Spike, I'll ask you the same question that I asked Numa. For you, what's the most important thing about getting this project done and getting it funded? If you had to pick one thing.
I think this is a concrete example where, again, the community has come together and said, we're going to do this. Simple as that.
So
people said, despite what other people said, they said, nah, I'm supporting this.
It sounds like you're getting a lot of support.
Oh, it is. It's true.
Can you tell everybody about some of the specific perks that you have for the maybe people that don't have $5,000? Maybe some of the lesser perks. Can you talk about some of those?
Oh yeah, we have autographed posters, we have books, we have T-shirts. Oh, we have something for everybody's specific economic level. As I said before, we're taking $5 gladly. Yes,
yeah, because Spike, I'm looking at your website and I'm looking at some of the perks here, and yes, a lot of people are supporting. You got a couple of them are all sold out. Yeah. How many funders does he have? So you have something like 4,955 backers so far. Backers, yeah, 4,095.
That means 4,095 people in this world said, "I'm going to back Spike Lee. I believe in what he's doing."
Yep.
I think that's great.
Well, we're very humbled by what people have. Very humbled.
Absolutely. Well, people are obviously behind what you do. One other question I wanted to ask you is about Last Hustle in Brooklyn. Was that something that you funded?
Why, you saw it?
I didn't see it, unfortunately, but I wanted to ask you.
No one's seen it.
Did you fund that on your own?
Yeah, I mean, it cost like $5,000 for the student film.
And that was something you kind of used Kickstarter again. You kind of used Kickstarter before it was Kickstarter, and just got that funded on your own.
Yeah, the fundamentals of it, just fundraising.
It's all the same.
All the same, just dressed up with technology.
Hey, Spike, what's your favorite thing about the Knicks?
I love it. That's my team, so I grew up with them.
That's right, with Bernard King and them boys.
All those guys.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So, what do you think about what's his name? Oh, right on the tip of my tongue.
Carmelo?
Not Carmelo.
Meta World Peace?
Meta World Peace. Yeah, he's a Knickerbocker now.
Yeah, well, he's coming home. He's a New Yorker.
There you go.
But I want to thank you guys for having me on, and I appreciate it, and helping us to spread the word. We're gonna get to the promised land. We're gonna make it and beyond.
Yes.
Well, thank you very much, man. It's been an honor.
Thanks, Spike. I appreciate you coming on.
This is for you, Spike.
Thank you. Kickstart.com, people. Let's go.
There you go.
Please.
Right.
Look up Spike Lee. Numa, you going to stay with us?
You're tuned into America Talk Live, continuing the legacy of the LA Talk Live broadcast network. This is the all-new and built back better America Talk Live, where it's still more than just talk. This is LA Talk Live.